Testing. Testing. Alert, alert. Oops. Oh my gosh. Twitch chat was chopped. Okay, I think we should be good. Please tell me there's sound. Okay. Please tell me. Sick. Alright, we got sound now, bro. I don't know what happened, but we made it work, so that's all that matters. Okay. Sick. Alright, we got sound now, bro. Stop. Okay. There we go. What's going on, chat? What's going on? Yeah. We're active. Come on. Alright, so if you're just rejoining, my mic was I don't know what was happening, but I restarted it. It should be working now. You guys can hear me, right? You guys can hear me, just to confirm, so I don't go cuckoo right now trying to fix this, bro. Bro, why you got an Oura Ring plus an Apple Watch? How do you know it's an Oura Ring? You could tell like that? That's impressive, man. But the Oura Ring, I use it for sleep, right? Or like that's a big part of it. The Apple Watch, like I actually use it for like health and like running and stuff, but I also use it to answer calls, texts, and stuff like that. Like it actually helps out. But I won't wear it to sleep. I can't wear the watch when I'm sleeping, bro. And it doesn't track the same way that the Oura Ring does. Oura Ring is way better. Lulu in the chat. Lulu in the chat, man. Holy. Alright. Okay. Alright, so try stream right now. Twitch is live. YouTube is live. TikTok is live. But if you aren't TikTok or YouTube, check out the Twitch because that's where I'm going to be mainly streaming long term. But for now, we're active on all three. Twitch TV/Omar Thaher. Okay. Live chat. Walaikum salam. How you doing, Umar? How you doing, brother? Good to see you in the chat. Just getting started. Okay. Hi, bro. Yassine says, hi, bro. Is there a reason you chose Finn over Dupe? So if you go on my profile, I have the video where I actually went to the doctor and got the finasteride prescribed. The doctor, I even asked him, I told him, have you heard about dutasteride? And he basically just recommended finasteride, and I think most doctors will, because it's just much easier to prescribe, and since there are less side effects, it's generally recommended to start with that. And if that works, then you're good. But if not, then you can switch over to Dupe. I'm definitely not opposed to trying that though in the future. Did you stop taking minoxidil? No, I'm still taking it, but I did take it earlier today. I learned my lesson last night, bro. Like, bro, I knew before I took it last night before bed, I was like, I feel like it's definitely probably gonna happen. But I took it anyways, because people in the comments of the video I made, they're telling me I'm tripping, topical minoxidil can give you heart palpitations. And I was already pretty confident, but anyways, so I took it last night before bed. And the same thing happened where I was like, almost, I could check my Oura stats. It literally tells me. I could see on my Oura Ring app, like when and how long my heart rate was elevated for. So 2 days ago when it happened, it was like 2 hours from like 12 to 2 a.m. It was elevated and then it dropped, and that's when the palpitation stopped. And then last night, so yeah, from the same thing pretty much, from 12 to around 2 a.m. it was elevated and then my heart rate dropped. So basically, what I did is I'm still taking it, but I took it today much earlier than before my bedtime. I took my second application at about like 5:30, so it should kind of, even if I do have palpitations, it's way less noticeable when you're active and not like laying down. Because when you're laying down against an object, it's way more noticeable, and it seems like it's way worse than it is. So I took it around 5:30, and it's 9 now. So hopefully I should be good tonight, but we'll see. Within 2 hours, like 50%, I think, roughly of minoxidil is absorbed. Within 4 hours, it's like 70 to 80%. And after you get to like the 6 to 8 hour mark, you shouldn't really feel much. So we'll see how it goes tonight. If I have anything again tonight, that would be crazy, but hopefully not. Okay. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa alaikum assalam wa barakatuh. Did your hair loss occur out of nowhere? So I had a weight loss transformation where I lost 200 pounds, and that kind of kicked it off. My crown started going thin as I lost the weight, especially after like the first 100 pounds. And then as time passed on, I just continued to progress with the hair loss, and especially I kind of got more involved with my work and scaling my business, and that caused me to, for like 2 years, I wasn't really sleeping well. I was overworking myself, and I think that definitely also accelerated my hair loss. One of the biggest natural causes of hair loss is stress. So I was doing that to my body physically and mentally, and that's kind of what led to where we are now. But we're getting it treated. I started thin last month, so best of luck to you, man. You too, Yassine. Or Yasin. You too. Hopefully it goes well. Have you felt anything at all so far, or just chilling? Okay, I got it. Chat is active, bro. My fault. Try to don't do that. No. Okay. There we go. That's better. I can't read that language, bro. What does that even say? Cardisim. I hope it's not something bad. Cardisim Dogru Dust. Can someone translate that? May Allah Azza wa Jalla make it easy for you. I mean, appreciate you. Just go out. Appreciate that. YouTube, how we doing? TikTok, how we doing? Twitch, how we doing? Bro, I got 3 streams running right now. Guys, follow the Twitch. Help me get to 20 followers on Twitch, man. I'm locking in this year on Twitch streams. Hair maxing, lean maxing, just maxing out all of our stats. Lulu, thank you for the finger heart. I appreciate you. YouTube chat, you guys are quiet, man. I see you in there. What are you guys saying? How you guys doing? We got 5 people in the YouTube chat. Mohammed Reza, how you doing, man? He says, hey, how's it going, bro? Bro, you would look sick bald. I appreciate that. I mean, my profile picture is bald, right? So it's like, I don't mind bald. Bald's pretty cool, but I'm giving it one last effort, you know? One last attempt at growing the hair back. We'll see. My worst case isn't a terrible case. Lamine Yamal. Shout out Lamine Yamal, man. Marty, I hope you're trolling, man. That's crazy, bro. Sup, Omar. Okay, I have to like pull up. Okay, live chat. Okay, there we go. Sup, Omar in the chat. Simply Deep, how are you doing, bro? Good to see you in here. I get you in the same spot, just need the beard. Inshallah, man. I mean, the beard. I'm not like fully transparent. I am Middle Eastern. Typically, a lot of them are, they grow body hair pretty easily. But for me, I didn't. I was like, not. I had like peach fuzz, and I actually used minoxidil to help grow my beard, and I used it to help connect my beard. So, if you guys want, I could talk more about that as well. I just haven't really done it because it's kind of already a finished product. But I'm sure there's a lot of people probably interested in that as well. So I could definitely give you some tips. I had a peach fuzz, and then it kind of changed. So that was like a positive, At least my hair didn't fully disappear. It got transferred to my face. Okay. Okay. Twitch got disconnected. I don't know what happened, but I'm hopping back on right now. Okay. Lower the lighting a bit. Okay, how are we doing, chat? Med Bell. Can be live for like probably an hour. Probably an hour. We're 10 minutes in. Probably do at least an hour today. So if you guys have any questions, hair maxing, lean maxing, fitness, hair loss, weight loss, diet, exercise, any of that type of stuff, feel free to ask in the comments. Lulu, appreciate the friendship necklace. I got loads of body hair but peachy beard. Yeah, I mean, you probably could benefit from using, if you already are taking minoxidil for your hair too, you definitely could benefit from using it on your beard. It does work. I'm 20 and I'm using finasteride. Okay, awesome. How long have you been using it for and how's it been going? Looking hench lad. Appreciate it, Adil. Much love. Just started finasteride today. Okay, W's. Let's go. Congratulations, man. Congratulations. Where did you get it from? Is it oral, topical? And what Norwood are you, if you do know? Just shave it off. I'm not shaving my beard, chat. I'm not touching my beard. Thank you, though, Nejma. But I'm not touching my beard, bro. Yo, Simply, was it So Simply Too Deep? Shout out to bro. He just hit up the Twitch. I hope you're following. Oh, yeah, he did follow. Shout out for the follow on Twitch. Guys, go follow the Twitch, twitch.tv/Omar Thaher. Long term, this is where I'm going to be live streaming and doing some exclusive live streams, so go check it out. Takes 2 seconds. I'm scared of side effects. I mean, like I'll say this again. I've said it before because it's like you're not the only one, right? Typically, when you have fear of side effects, it's because you're not educated enough to actually overcome that fear or scared feeling you have. Once you actually look into the numbers and rather than opinions, you look into the statistics, you can then at least have a proper opinion on whether or not finasteride is right for you. And even if you don't end up taking it, at least you won't be scared to take it because you'll know the actual numbers and statistics that come with those side effects that you're scared of. But right now, you're probably scared because you've heard some horror stories here and there and people are feeding you ideas. And that goes both ways, right? Like some people are euphoric about finasteride and act like it's absolutely impossible to get side effects, which isn't true. They do exist, but it's overblown on both sides. Like some people are way too positive about it and some people are way too negative about it. It's more so a lot of the negative that you will definitely hear and that will kind of get to you. Who's talking about beard doesn't know what you meant? How's your night going, bro? Too deep. It's going pretty proper, bro. Like I had a pretty productive day. Start off in the morning, got some work done, went to the gym, lifted, hooped, came home, ate, and now we're live. So it's been a pretty good day, man. How about you? Thanks. Doing oral probably Norwood too. Okay. That is 100% like, you go make progress with it. Norwood 2 is not bad at all. And it's good that you're getting on it earlier than later. A lot of people, they wait till they're Norwood 10, Obviously it goes to 7, but my point is some people wait till they're a lot far gone than they had to. I'm some people, by the way. Like I could have gone on it early. I started just minoxidil, and minoxidil didn't do me back then. Didn't do enough. Inshallah, here goes back, brother. Try O's out and stuff. See ya. Appreciate you, Adele. Inshallah, man. Appreciate you. Assalamu alaikum, bro. What do you think caused your hair to fall out? So basically, I had a weight loss transformation. It's you can see more about it on my profile. But after I lost like 200 pounds, my hair started thinning. Really, it was after the first 100 pounds it started thinning. My crown is what thinned out first, and then it kind of gradually shifted over here. And as time went on and stress piled, it just got with time it just continued to get thinner and thinner. And back then, even like 4 or 5 years ago, I tried just minoxidil, and maybe I made a bit of progress, but it just simply wasn't enough to recover me. So that's when hair transplant came in, finasteride came in, and here we are taking the three of them. You seem like the kind of guy to turn a naughty predicament into a funny story. Correct me if I'm wrong about that, bro. And are you mean like in terms of like you go through a situation that's not so great and then you kind of make light of it? For sure. Like if that's what you mean, like I mean, at the end of the day, like a lot of stuff is never that serious. Yeah, like it's never that serious. As long as we're breathing, like it's not really too serious. Maybe you get mad in a moment or for a couple moments, but yeah, you got that one. I'd say fairly accurate. If you can't laugh back at your pain, did you really kind of make something great of that pain, or are you still in it? I don't even know. I'm not trying to get philosophical, but that's how I see it. So you think stress is the main cause? I think stress is for sure. It's one of the biggest causes, natural causes of hair loss, 100%. And if you think about it, stress comes in more ways than one, right? You could be physically stressing your body uh, through like when you're not sleeping enough, you're not taking care of your hygiene, you're not recovering well, you're screaming, you're angry. There's that type of stress. Then there's stress in terms of your diet. You're eating terribly. You're smoking, vaping, drinking, having way too much caffeine. Like these are things that all give your body stress, right? So it's going to affect more than just your hair, but it's definitely going to affect your hair for sure. You think your hair can recover after quitting all those bad habits early at an early age? Can it recover like naturally just by quitting the habits and then not? It's like think about it this way, right? I don't think it'll like it's very unlikely to recover naturally, right? Because think about it, you're at a neutral level, right? And then you go ahead and you get all these factors of stress that brings you below your baseline. You're no longer neutral, you're below baseline, right? Then you stop doing those things. So you keep going like this, but then you stop. So then you're kind of like right here. But just because you're right here doesn't mean you're going to bounce back up here. Maybe you'll get a bit up, but in order to actually now get yourself from down here back to baseline or up here, you have to now add in positive habits, positive things that will help. And so people will start, for example, using oils, a rosemary oil, a pumpkin seed oil, saw palmetto, derma rolling. But if your case is, like an actual significant case of hair loss, which most people they're dealing with significant cases, especially if they're considering options like finasteride, minoxidil, then that's most likely what you're gonna have to end up using, and that can bring you back to baseline or even above baseline. So chair up a little bit. I'm only 18 and I started smoking past year and stress from heartbreak and bad habits seeking validation and just not good and bad diet. You think I recovered? I think you can recover if you stop doing the things that are deteriorating your health, you know? You got to learn how to transmute the feelings you have from heartbreak and negative experiences through positive habit actions, you know, like instead of smoking, you can hit the gym, you can write some journal, write something creative, do some sort of creative work, draw something, go for a walk, like do things like it's an energy exchange, right? So if you take that energy that you're taking right now from the pain, heartbreak, whatever, and you take it from using it to smoke, right, or to do whatever else that's destroying you, to then using it to do something that will build you, construct you rather than destruct you, then 100% you can recover, bro. But if you're continuing like down that path, you know, even if you take minoxidil and finasteride, if you're continuing down that path, you're gonna put yourself at a disadvantage, right? Because there's two people. There's a person who's using minoxidil or using these things to get their hair back, while they're also just like not sleeping well, not eating right, smoking, drinking, this, that, and they're gonna get like this much out of it. Versus someone who is taking care of their health, doing all the right things, checking the boxes, and then taking it, they're gonna get that much out of it. So if you really care about your recovery, you know, definitely you want to put yourself in a position where you're incorporating the right habits, the right lifestyle. I moved past through the heartbreak and stopped seeking validation and stayed away from bad people. Started gymming and eating well, walking and quitting smoking. I only smoke twice a week. Okay, bro, that's a W. That's progress. So now you just got to continue building that momentum. I don't know what you were doing before in terms of frequency with the smoking, but you know, twice a week, you can make that eventually once a week. And then you can make that once every 2 weeks and then once a month. And then there's going to be a point where you don't even need that anymore. You don't even, like, you won't even really desire it anymore, you know? But the biggest thing I'll tell you too is it's not about quitting habits, right? It's not about quitting them. It's about replacing them. Because when you stop smoking, it's not like you just quit it. You have to replace it because now there's a void of energy, right? There's a gap that you have to fill in. So maybe the time slot and energy used previously to smoke or previously to do whatever XYZ thing that's not good for you, you now fill it in with a new thing that actually is good for you, right? So once again, those are examples you mentioned, and it sounds like you're on the right track because you said you're walking, exercising. You're definitely on the right track, bro. Let me get that up a bit. Matthew says, "Holy, shave this off." Bro, I'm not shaving my beard, chat. I'm not shaving it, bro. Like, I don't know why you guys are trying to get me to shave my beard, bro. I'm not shaving it, bro. I've been had this beard for like 5 years, like 6 years, 7 years probably, 6 or 7 years. Best of luck in your hair journey. Appreciate you, Z. Much love. We going strong. We going strong. Thanks, brother. I highly appreciate advice. Genuinely gave me hope. I'll do better. Of course, bro. Like, yo, the good thing is too, like this is the thing that I got most glad about reading. You're only 18. You know, some guys they don't realize this till they're 30, bro. Some guys they don't realize it till they're 40, bro. Some guys don't realize it till they're literally like it's the end of their life. So you're 18 and you're already how you're heading in the right direction. You know, it's not about your past actions, but it's about your present, what you do right now, that will then dictate your future, right? So the heartbreak, whatever else happened in the past, all the bad habits, you can leave it in the past, bro. The same way the year changes, you can change, for real. Most people don't, but you can. Yeah, thank you for the follow, bro. Yo, bro, do you know if creatine causes hair loss? Man, this is a big one that's like, it's like a big misconception of like a small subset of studies where they saw some correlation, but it's really overblown. And to answer your question, bro, I took creatine before the live. I took it right before I got on live to answer your question. So yeah, take your creatine. Don't trip, bro. You're fine. You know creatine's in food too, right? Like we supplement creatine because we don't get enough of it from our diet typically. But if you have like a good couple kilograms of steak, it's like you get the same amount of creatine you get from scooping your creatine. But nobody's eating that much steak a day, which is why we supplement it. 1427. Don't worry, Yassine. It won't cause you hair loss. Yeah, like you're good, bro. You're good. Eggs and steak, two big sources of creatine. 25 minutes into the live. It's flying by. It really flies by when you're in here. Yo, Opti Malik is here. Who's Opti Malik? Who would that? Thank you for the likes. Okay, dope, man. Shout out Opti Malik. Post gym content, bro. You ain't gotta be silent in here, bro. Say what's up, man. How you can even tell he's in here? You guys can see all the viewers like that? I thought only I can see them. Good progress on the thin man. Thank you, Delta. Appreciate it. It's what is it now? Like 40. Today 43. Bro, it's crazy. I've been doing this every single day, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I feel like that, like Shy in that one interview where he's like, my whole life been consistent. Like, guys, I woke up the past 43 days in a row, held a pill. The first one actually was right outside the clinic whenever I got it prescribed. But I held a pill for the past 43 days for you guys and been making those updates. It's crazy, bro. I feel like I'm still going to remember this. Like 5 years from now, I'm still going to remember this position and the hair transplant to this position. Man, like people even come up to me, like some of my boys that come up to me be like, yo, it's all good though. Ooh, man. Ba-ba. Damn, bro. My fault. I'm just gonna adjust this real quick. Okay. Just gonna move that. Yo, how are you watching your own stream? How you know I'm watching my own stream? That's funny. Okay. Alright, that's probably fine. Check the people watching. You guys really be checking that, huh? This is my alt account. I got an alt account. So I'll come on here and I'll put it on just to make sure the sound is working and all that type of stuff. Because we were muted earlier. I don't know what's happening. But it's good to see you in the chat again, bro. How you been? H_M strength. I remember you from the other live. Hybrid athlete. That's really what I'm trying to get on this year. That's like a big part that I'm gonna love to get out of cutting the weight is the cardio aspect because I've been way too much one sided with weight training. So it's gonna be nice to be able to go up a flight of stairs and not run out of breath and to be able to kind of have more of that balance. Okay, chat. Can you guys still hear fine? I don't know if my mic's speaking out right now or not. See, this is why I had the auto count ready though, so I can just literally check right away. Okay, let me see. Okay. Alright, the sound is fine. Alright, but bring the screen back here. Yeah, we got another follow on Twitch. I can still hear you. Okay, bet. Appreciate it. 12 followers on Twitch, man. Give me the 20 followers, chat. Come on. Twitch TV/Omar Thaher. That is where I'm going to be streaming. There's going to be some streams on there that you won't find on any other platform. Salty Water, how you doing? Hello. Good to see you in the chat. Yo, too deep, bro. I'm not answering that, bro. I'm not answering, bro. No answer is an answer. People, come on, bro. You gotta think, bro. Like that's a crazy question to ask, man. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Like y'all be different a bit, but it's all good, bro. It's all good. I'm not gonna lie. It's a bit of a out there question, you know, but yeah. When you get back your hair, will you let it long like it used to, or are you going for a different style? Bro, if I could let it get how it used to be, oh my, bro, I would be so happy. I'm not like, I would be like, alhamdulillah, I would be so happy, bro. That would be ideal for me. But like, if I'm being honest, like I'm good with anything. Like if I can get, bro, even if I could get like just like a kind of a bit of a buzz cut type look and it's filled out, that would be good, bro. But long hair would be sick. Seeing progress. Appreciate you, my boy. Minhas in the chat. Yeah. What are you currently using? Currently, I'm on finasteride, oral finasteride. I just started minoxidil 6 days ago, and also I got a hair transplant, so it's a 3 of them, really. Okay, this thing is in Arabic. Aywa, yeah. Bro, I can't lie, I can't even read Arabic properly like that. But let me see. Aywa, yeah. Matlam, Methlam. I don't know. I can speak Arabic, but I can't read it too well. Inshallah, it works out well for you. Appreciate it. Inshallah, yeah. Mu'allam. Mu'allam. That means like, yeah, okay. I got you now. Have you thought about getting a Discord server? I do have a Discord server, chat, but right now it's not really active. Because I'm not gonna lie, like to manage a Discord server, it actually takes a lot of work, and ideally, you need mods. You need like it's an actual ecosystem. So I had one and I still have it, but it's like I have to take it on pause because there's 24 hours in a day, and unless like I built the team, which eventually I will, I'll get there. Build a team to actually be able to help manage that. Uh, I wouldn't be able to commit to it. It just wouldn't be like if I'm gonna do something like I really got to do it. Otherwise, it's not even worth giving a half effort. You know. You Egyptian, bro? Nah. So I'm born in Canada, but my family originally from Palestine. Bro, what's the hair transplant progress like? You see anything yet? I mean, you told me, bro. You told me. Like honestly, like I'm still on the Norwood scale, pretty high, right? But like compared, like it's something's happening, bro. But it's crazy because this is just like I'm getting out of the shedding phase just now. Like this is just getting out the shedding phase. So considering that, like can't even be. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of blessed. It's making progress. Where from Palestine? I'm from Haifa. That's what's up, bro. That's what's up. Um, my dad was from. It's called Jericho. I think it's called something else now, but it's originally it was called Jericho when he was there. And my mom was from Talcottam. Yeah, I've never been, but inshallah one day. Why'd you wait so long to get on Min and Finn? I mean, I was on minoxidil actually, like that's why some of the videos I did is me with an expired bottle, right, of minoxidil. It's because I used to take it like a long time ago, years ago, and so when I used to be on minoxidil, they just never really worked out enough. Obviously, I ended up getting transplant, but so I did take it. Finasteride I never did back then, and I don't regret not taking it back then because honestly, like yeah, it was like I was in the same position as a viewer who was scared to take it, but I'm glad how it worked out. Like obviously it would have been better to take it earlier, but I'm not really it happens for whatever reason. But yeah, a big thing too is denial. Like you kind of be in denial when you're balding, but eventually you get to a point where you're like, yo, I got to do something for real. Greetings. How old are you? 27, bro. Why did I have to think about that, bro? Why did I have to think about that? Crazy. I'm 27. Respect, real G. Appreciate you, my boy. Yeah, 100%. Respect you too. Yes, sir. Hi. What would you do if I donate a galaxy, bro? I mean, I would say thank you, but honestly, bro, you don't really gotta do all that. I'm just here for the vibes. Like, yo, chat. Okay, what do you guys think about TikTok battles, bro? Like, what do you guys think about TikTok battles? Because if I'm not mistaken, how does it works by like basically, I don't even know. What do you guys think about TikTok battles? Can you tell me about it? I don't know if I had the wrong idea about it. Almost through this jug. Did you work out 8 hours today? No, I didn't. I worked out it was actually not too bad. It was like, what was it? Weight training for like close to an hour. I think 50 minutes, and then I played ball for like probably around an hour. So, but the thing is, man, we're at the gym. You go there, you go to the change room, you shower. In between, I was doing content editing because it was like they have a whole area to do work and stuff. So really, I was there for like 5 hours, bro. But out of that, I was working out for like two and a half. Salam, bro. Alaikum salam. Do you take finasteride in the morning? What if I take it at a random time every day? Ashaz, bro, you want to ideally take it at the same time every day, whether that's morning or night or afternoon, just for, the habit of routine. This is something you're taking long term, right? You're planning to take it for years and years to come, right? So you don't really want to mess around with the time too much because it could have effects systematically on how your body digests it and how much you constantly have in your bloodstream. And also just for the habit of and to not forget, it's better to take it at the same time. Me personally, I was taking it at night, and then it may have been disrupting my sleep a bit, so I switched to the morning, and I typically take it every morning around the same kind of time window, 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m., basically before 10 a.m. ideally. Sometimes I delay it a bit, but still. Hi, how old are you? I'm 27. Hair looks better. Appreciate you. Bro, I'm balding at 19. Will minoxidil save me? Hey, man, I mean, that's when I started balding, right? So welcome to the club, When you're 27, you might just end up looking like this, man. It's not too... No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. But listen, when I was 19 and I started balding, I took minoxidil, and it did not save me, bro. I'm not gonna lie. It did not save me. But my case was pretty hectic. Like, if your case isn't that bad, it could. But the thing is, man, it's tough, bro, because, you have to understand the mechanism of how minoxidil works, right? Basically, I'll put it simply. Long term, very long term, because 10 years from now, you're only going to get more and more thinner hair, 20 years from now, thinner hair. Long term, minoxidil is really mainly worth it if you're taking finasteride with it. Minoxidil on its own is not going to actually stop the problem. It's just going to kind of damage control the problem. What will actually stop the problem is the finasteride. And so when you combine those two together, you have an actual system going on where you're stopping the DHT from being produced, and then you're also helping to regrow your hair with the minoxidil. The two of them go hand in hand. Ooh, okay. Inshallah, I'm gonna try the finasteride and minoxidil spray. Topical, yeah. Topical, it's gonna have topical finasteride. I might even switch to topical, bro. Topical finasteride is going to be about 80 to 90% as effective as oral finasteride, but the side effects are heavily reduced in terms of risk. It's like 20 to 30% as much of a risk of side effects. So I might even switch to topical, not because I feel side effects or anything that's crazy, but I mean, if I could take topical, you could take a finasteride minoxidil combination, and then you kind of apply them at the same time, which is nice. And then minoxidil spray, yeah. Your hair is growing, don't stress. Trap, that's a crazy name, bro. I appreciate you, bro. Much love, bro. But yeah, I'm working right now on getting I'm talking to a couple different brands, scouting out which one I actually think is the most reliable. Because I myself am looking long term for someone to be able to get the finasteride and minoxidil from. This right here I got from my pharmacy, but I really overpaid. And so I'm looking for a brand, and I already know a couple of the big players, but hopefully I can get something to work where I'll be able to kind of have that as a long-term solution, and also be able to get some sort of discount for you guys if any of you want to use it and are looking for a long-term solution as well for both finasteride and minoxidil. But we'll see what happens. Topicals are nice until you have long hair. Dave, that's a great point. Yeah, like right now I have short hair, so topicals seem like actually a bit more, like, honestly more preferable a bit overall, right? Less side effects, and it's easy to put on if you have short hair. When you have longer hair and you kind of have to dig through, then it can become a bit annoying. But I mean, the thing is, most people taking these products probably aren't going to deal with that issue, where it's like it's crazy long. Like you're not going to have Tarzan hair, but maybe some of you will. I hope some of you will. I hope some of you get that type of growth, where it's to the point where topical is so hard to apply that oral is definitely a better approach. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I got a spray, just scared to start. I mean, bro, okay, like, educate yourself. Educate yourself. Understand the risks. I'm here to help if you have any questions, but also actually look at the literature, look at the science, look at the statistics, look at the actual educate yourself. Once you educate yourself, your anxiety, all the scared, that type of stuff, it'll go down a lot more. Because then you'll actually be informed. Right now, you're probably scared because you don't know enough and you're about to take something, put something in or on your body. And so that can be solved once you educate yourself. And then if you believe in God, if you have faith, make a prayer, put your trust in God, God's plan, and then just run it, bro. Just run it. Assuming that's what you want to do once you have properly done your due diligence and looked into it, right? And once again, any questions I can help with, I got you. My hair is curly, so it's tough. Yeah, I feel you, bro. Like, oh man, that's actually really tough. Like, my hair wavy curly, so in terms of volume, like, obviously get more from straight, but curly's like final boss in terms of you guys have it the toughest, bro, because you need more and more to actually get the same look as like straight hair, which they can get away with less. Nothing wrong with being bald. Being a good person is what matters. Tariq Ibn Ziyad, 100%, bro. I mean, there is nothing wrong with being bald. My profile picture, I'm bald in it. Like, there's nothing wrong with it, man. Being a good person, yeah, like you can have the nicest hair, but if you have an ugly inside, then who really cares, The hair will get you to a first impression, but not a second, third, or fourth necessarily. Does it affect beard hair? So topical, it's not really gonna affect it. No, it's a different system. It's not like the same. That's why a lot of guys are bald, but they have a beard, right? It's not the same type of thing going on with the DHT that's on your head versus like your actual beard that's growing and other parts of your body, which is why some people even end up taking beard hairs for their hair transplant. So I'm just double checking here for you as well. Well, your name's dot 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 dot. So finasteride does not stimulate beard growth. It lowers DHT. DHT is a driver of beard maturation, but it can actually slightly slow new beard development. It can make your beard fill in take longer, and it rarely can thin beards in a small population of people. So it's closer to actually not help with growing your beard than to help with growing your beard. I'm not sure what Dave meant by what he said, but it can affect it technically, but not in a positive way. Now, minoxidil on the other hand, I already mentioned this before. I actually originally had a peach fuzz, and part of how I grew my beard was with minoxidil, and my beard used to not connect. I used to not have this over here, and it was just kind of like this type of thing, and I connected my beard using minoxidil, so you can use it for that. Remember why you started, bro. Don't give up now. Bro saw the TikTok. 100%. Yeah. 100%, bro. WL. I think you should shave your hair and keep the beard. So go back to the profile picture. Been there, done that, man. I'm trying something new. We're on a new adventure. If it's topical, wouldn't it be less? I mean, what are you talking about? If it's topical minoxidil to grow your beard or topical finasteride, the effect that it has? Yeah, so Dave's on the same page then. He meant this. I just wasn't sure when I read your message if you're saying finasteride affects beard growth if the beard isn't already growing. I wasn't sure if you're saying that it affects it in the way that it grows it or it doesn't grow it. But yeah, 100% then, Dave. I swear finasteride is not worth it. I mean, define what worth it means, you know? Like, for some people, it's definitely not worth it. But for some people, it's completely life-changing. So it really just depends on your situation, what risk you're willing to take, and what you're expecting out of it. Bear in the chat, bro. How you doing, bro? Assalamu alaikum, bro. How you doing? Good to see you in here again. Ryan, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you, my boy. Are you Egyptian? Chat, this is crazy, bro. Like, I've got, there's like, if there's one ethnicity that people keep guessing that I am, it's Egyptian constantly. No, I'm not Egyptian, but it's a country that's near there. I was born in Canada, but like ethnically, it's a country that's near there. But no, I'm not willing to take any risk because life is already a risk itself. Come on, bro. That is a crazy justification, man. I would have respected it more if you said I'm not willing to take the risk because, like, that's a crazy. If anything, that's, I don't know. I'm not willing to take the risk because life is already risk itself. I don't know. I actually don't know what to say to that. But I mean, whatever, like, at the end of the day, if you're not confident to take it, if you're not comfortable taking it, then you don't gotta take it. Like, Islam, bro, saw your vid on the heart palps. I think it's because you're using 15%. Yeah, it definitely could be. I mean, today I took it earlier. The past 2 days I was taking the minoxidil right before bed, whereas today I took it at like 5:30 p.m. So hopefully it's enough of it should be out of my system by bedtime, like 5 hours later, where hopefully I shouldn't feel it. But we'll see. Because Egyptians are bald. If that's really why, then that's crazy, bro. I don't know what to say. If that's really why, then hey, man, fair game. Does it affect your heart? So minoxidil can, in some cases, give you heart palpitations. For a lot of people, it's something that subsides with time, like maybe after a week or 2 weeks. And it's more so common with oral minoxidil than topical, but it can, despite people in my comments saying that it's impossible to happen with topical, it can happen with topical. Is it that common? No, not necessarily. And is it something permanent? Almost never, but it is something that can happen. Typically will subside, but just something to keep in mind. Right, because it's temporarily in your system, so if you stop taking the minoxidil, the heart palpitations will stop too. But the ideal case is that if you do have heart palpitations on it, your body will eventually adjust and then it'll kind of not happen anymore once you kind of get through a specific period. But it causes vasoconstriction, so it can cause heart palpitations. And then other lifestyle factors can make that worse or better. Ashaz, thank you for the rose, bro. Appreciate you, bro. I don't know if you donated that like 10 years ago, but I just saw the noti now, so thank you. Bro, we go bald at like 18. So ... you're Egyptian then? I use minoxidil 2 times a day, keto kenozol shampoo, like Nizoral, okay, dope. 3 times a week, in Dermastamp 1 time a week. Okay, so AK-47, is that working for you, or are you still kind of not happy with where your hair is at? And how long have you been doing that for? Genuine question, did the weight loss speed up your hair loss? 100%. 100%, yeah. Like, losing 200 pounds is not gonna, your body's not gonna react too well to that on a hormone level. Even in other ways, like I feel my body taking a hit from that. And it was mainly after the first 100 pounds where I started seeing my hair start to thin, like directly. 1.5 mm. Okay. I was there last year and seen a lot. Okay, you guys seen a lot of bald people in Egypt. Is Egypt a nice place to visit, chat? My friend has a little place up there. He's wanted me to go with him, but honestly, the biggest thing after I went to in April, I was gone for Saudi and Dubai. I did Umrah and then went to Dubai after. The hardest part was the flight, bro. Like traveling that far, I felt like I was going crazy on the plane, bro. And by the way, that's a big reason why I ended up opting for a hair transplant in Toronto. It's not because there's something special about Toronto. The biggest reason was literally I just like I absolutely would despise taking that flight, like 16, whatever, 14 hours there, and then another, like you spend literally over a day in your life, a day and a half of your life there and back inside of a plane. It just kind of makes me go insane. I'm too hyper. I'd be visiting the washroom like every hour of the flight. Not because I need to use the washroom, but just to move, you know? It's working, but it's been 3 months now. Not so much results, but a little bit. Okay, that's good then, man. At least if you're getting progress, then that's a good thing. Like you don't need to jump into finasteride, especially if you're already seeing progress with it. I would say carry it out for another 3 to 6 months and then reassess. But I mean, you're getting results. It's a W. Y'all got good beards though. I wouldn't trip on that. Yeah. Does creatine cause hair loss? I took creatine before the live. You're good. You can take it. I'm waiting for okay, I thought people were trolling when they said this because it just sounds like a troll word, PP405. Like it just sounds like trolling, kind of like, PP405. But I think it's a real thing, right? Because I remember Googling it, it seemed like it was a real thing. There's also another one that people were messaging me. I think it was a retinol or some sort of steroid hair growth thing. RU588, was it RU58841, something like that. I've seen that in my comments as well. But I don't know much about either of the two. I've been so focused on minoxidil, finasteride. I'm learning more about those. And other methodologies, derma rolling, dermastamp, microneedling. But I've definitely seen those ones in my comments a bit though. Yeah, bro, go to Cairo, but you will get scammed, not gonna lie. Omar, are you Athari? What does that mean? Chat, what does that mean, Athari? I don't know. What was the place you got your hair transplant called, and what is the difference between the ones in Toronto and Turkey? So the place that I went to was called Padra. It's a clinic that originally was like based in Qatar, I believe. They have maybe one in Dubai. And I'm not really giving a full review yet until I get the results, but I mean, to put it simply, like, you will find the best and most experienced hair transplant doctors in Turkey. They've been known for that for years and years. Even in some other countries, like Brazil has a really amazing hair transplant doctor that charges an insane amount of money. But it's nice to have a nearby source, a nearby option where you can go and get your hair done. But in terms of quality results, like Turkey's unmatched, right? Do you derma roll right before minoxidil? Not currently. I'm really doing one thing at a time just so I can know what each thing is how each thing is affecting me in terms of benefits and any side effects, if any. So finasteride is what I started with for 40 days, and then after like 40 days of finasteride is when I got on the minoxidil. And now minoxidil, it's been like 5 days, and I'll give minoxidil like maybe a month. Who knows? Maybe a bit shorter, a bit longer, but roughly a month, and then I'll add in derma rolling as well, micro needling maybe. So how many days, weeks have you been on Fin? Today is day 43, I believe. I'm posting the update on my TikTok right after this live stream is done. RU58841 is bad for the heart. So what is it exactly, Dave? Do you know about it? If you can educate me quickly. So yeah, another thing too, I'm nearly 3 months post hair transplant. My grafts are fully anchored, but at the same time, you still need to be cautious using a derma roller because there is the potential, if you overdo it, to damage those transplanted grafts. And especially depends on the derma roller you're using because it's different levels, different spikes, different thickness of the spike. Yeah, from what I know, I'm double checking here too. It's ideal to wait at least like 6 months before actually getting into a deep microneedling or derma rolling routine for at least transplanted hair area. I didn't do my crown, right? So I could still derma roll my crown without worrying at all. But my crown is like, it's kind of hard to aim for just that part without accidentally getting where the transplant was done to. Because the transplant, it actually ends pretty high. Like I got them to do, they didn't do many grafts, but they did some grafts near the crown. They did most of them here, but then they did some a bit here. And the crown, obviously, that's untouched, is right there. Oops. Damn. Spilled a bit of milk there. RU58 is a topical that binds to the hair follicle. Where does it actually come from though? Let me check. I can check right now. Let's see. Might as well look into it now, right? This is where having dual monitors comes in hand. Okay. The difference between that and topical thin is that topical thin goes systemic. Okay. You're saying that's the only difference though? That's crazy if it still has the same efficacy. Well, right when I search it up, finasteride websites come up in promotions. A non-steroidal oh, so it's not a steroidal one. Okay. It's also known as PSK 3841, non-steroidal anti-androgen compound primarily used as an experimental topical treatment for androgenetic alopecia. As of 2026, it remains as an unapproved research chemical and is not FDA approved for human use. Okay, seems a bit sketch, I'm not gonna lie. Seems a bit sketch. But, okay, so it seems like it's still relatively new, not many studies done on it, but I'm assuming promising results early on if people are talking about it. And why does it say you can buy it on Amazon if it's not FDA approved? I got an Amazon link popping up unless someone's just like fake selling it. Let's see. A controlled study from the NCBI PubMed. It shows that human hair production by balding scalp grafts maintained on testosterone conditioned nude mice. Okay. So basically the study shows, where you in one question go, what do you mean by that? Basically the study shows that hair production for balding has been shown to be inhibited in testosterone conditioned nude mice. We use this model to study the new RU5841. 20 productive scalp grafts from balding men were maintained for 8 months after grafting onto Nude mice? What? This is crazy, chat. Because, like, for example, when you're getting a hair transplant, you can't, like, use someone else's hair. If you use someone else's hair, it'll fail. So this is kind of crazy that it's, if I'm reading this right, it's saying that they transplanted onto mice 20 hairs and they actually grew using this thing. Or they maintained. 20 productive scalp grafts from balding men were maintained for 8 months after grafting onto nude mice. And hair production was monitored monthly for 6 months. All mice were conditioned by the topical application of testosterone on the non-grafted flank. The scalp samples were divided equally according to the estimated hair production potential, which is based on the amount of hair present on the scalp samples before grafting. Each of the 2 equal groups of grafts was further allocated at random to be treated topically with blinded solutions of either RU58841, 1% ethanol, or ethanol as a control. Placebo. 28 active follicles appeared on the 10 control grafts. Among them, only 2 follicles initiated a second hair cycle. However, the 10 RU58841 treated grafts